What's up, guys? Quarter Hoarder here. Out today in beautiful country of North Carolina at Digstock V, I believe it is. It might be Digstock 6. 7,000 acres of fields. This is day one, and we are going to make the most of it. We got some cool games to play today. We're going to have a bunch of people in groups. I'll get into that more later. But starting off, Rich Van Winkle, Dog Tag Doug, Mexican Doug, James Brown Doug, our friend KK Karin from Vermont, and talking about Vermont, a special guest you may have seen before. We got Green Mountain Brad Martin. We're going to divide up. We're going to conquer. We're going to find some incredible things. So back in the first dig. See you guys soon. Later. All right, the Digstock crew put together some interactive maps, and these maps show where old houses and dwellings were to give everybody a good starting point. Now, I briefly looked over these maps with Brad, and together, in this particular field, we saw a row of 3 houses sitting just outside this tree line in the field, and Brad felt pretty good about them.
Well, I didn't feel that. I saw it.
Well, I'm saying we were going with our guts, a little bit of gut action. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. We go where we think the wind's going to take us. So we're going to try out here, field number 2. The first find, I'll announce the game. I told Brad, you can't play Pictionary with no pen. When we find the first thing, we'll go over the game rules. It should be a fun day. So let's go fire up these machines, Dougie, and make the most of it. All right, so we started off in this field, which I'm going to call field number 3. And there are signals here, at least. As you can see, Rich is digging a hole, Brad's digging a hole, Karen's digging a hole, which is a good start. And I'm walking out, I'm seeing the telltale signs, as you can see. Here's some white ironstone pottery, another piece here. Oh, this isn't even white. This has some glaze on it too. But this is a good sign. This is a sign that people were here. And this pottery looks like it's probably late 1800s or so. Lynn would be better if she was here. But at least this is the sign of life. Because I always say to Doug, I want to go where the people are. And that's what we're trying to find. You got something? Uh-oh. All right, let's go see the magic. All right, so like I said, we're seeing pottery on the ground. I just found this glazed piece. And like I always say, I like to go where the people are. And that's where we are. And Brad is proving that theory with an old padlock. Now, it is shackleless, but it's got some age to it. I would say it's at least before World War II. Would you agree, Brad?
I would agree. I would say early 1900s.
Yeah. Now, this isn't going to qualify for the game, Brad, exactly, but I'm going to go over the rules of the game with you.
Let me hear them.
So here's the game, Brad. Now that the first find is done, I'm calling it the small circle challenge.
Okay.
We're going to divide up in teams. We'll pick some teams. And to be fair, I'm not rigging it. I'm going to give you Rich, who's my best digger.
Oh, excellent.
Doug and I, we don't find as much. So any small circle will score you points.
Okay.
The point system is going to be 10 points for any button.
Any button.
Any button.
I am the button master. I don't know
so
if
is
you do
Rich.
that. Okay.
You're off to a big start. We love buttons.
Okay.
An additional 10 points if there's any marking on the front of the button.
Okay.
10 points for any token. An additional 10 points for any images on the token. Meaning if it's only text, you get the minimum 10.
Sure.
Any image, a bonus 10.
Wow.
And then coins, 10 points, any coin. It could be from last year, you get 10 points. If it's from 1900 or earlier, you get 1 point for every year before that.
Wow.
So if it's from 1800, you'll get 110 points.
I'll get my calculator ready.
I have an abacus in the car. We're
Okay,
gonna
great.
And then you get a 25-point bonus for a silver coin.
All right.
You had a good suggestion where we should have weighed the trash.
Yes.
I didn't have the foresight to think
all
of that, and I left my scale at home. So it's just going to be the small circle challenge. As people pull up that may join us, we'll just say, hey, you're on Team Brad.
Got it.
You're on Team Quarter, and we'll just throw them into the mix.
Sounds
What the
great.
heck?
Sounds great.
But awesome job on the padlock.
Thanks.
Awesome job on my little piece of
Not
pottery.
round.
No, but the first find of the day, and that usually opens the floodgates. All right, Green Mountain Brad Martin. Do you give out your last name, Brad? I just did.
I do.
Oh, good. Thank goodness. He is the first guy on the board on the small circle challenge. It's about as small of a circle as you get, but
Quantity over quality.
yeah, it's not the most impressive thing we've ever found. It's an Abe Lincoln penny, and it's a memorial. So this is not your proudest moment. But for the sake of this game, right, you are out in front, 10 points. Obviously, it can't be before 1900, so no bonuses for this one. But
this is about as poor as you can get for 10 points, right, in this competition.
It could have had the shield on the back that would be like even, because that might not even be a circle. It could have like a C shape to it, we shoot up. Right. But that would still count also.
Right.
But awesome job. I have the same finds case. Awesome job, Brad.
Hey, thanks.
All right, Rich Van Winkle, who is on Team Green Mountain. I gave Brad all the best ones. It's me and Doug. We're really struggling. But Team Green Mountain's got another circle. Rich, Brad, if you don't know Rich, oh, it feels thick.
It feels thick.
It feels
I don't see
thick.
any detail, so I don't know.
Do you have the Paron on you? I see a shield. I see a shield.
You do?
Come on.
Okay.
I think I do. I
see a rim now.
In part of the rules, if you can't identify the exact year, you get the latest possible year that it could be, which would be 1864. But if you can ID it, or like the 1859 has no shield on the back, if you can clean the back enough to show no shield, I'll give you those extra 6 points. Not that you need it because we have 0 points. All right, there's Rich's circle, and it's clearly an Indian. I can see the headdress.
Oh, it's great.
I'm going to say it's dateless, no date on this. So he gets credit for the last possible fatty, 1864. So if my math is correct, 36 points for the year, 10 for being a coin. That's a 46-point circle in his hand. So the score is something like 812 to 0. We'll settle up at the end. I can't keep track of it all. But we have nothing, so I can keep track of that. Awesome find, Rich. I'm a little jealous of Team Green Mountain at the moment. All right, just pulling into this field are our good friends King George and Brandon from Adventure Archaeology. We have a little challenge going on, guys. Yeah. I could use your help while you're in the field. All right. Right now, they have like 800 points, and we have a goose egg.
What?
So I need people that can find small circles. And Rich, if you're going to say there's experts in the hobby, I'm looking at 2 of them. We've just went from 0 to hero, Rich.
This right here is my find of a lifetime.
Really? Are you serious?
Fake.
Virginia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a one-piece button, too, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's going to be, we think it's going to be 1837 to 1857.
Is there a shank on it?
There's no shank.
Rich, can I get a Paron, a burst of Paron?
Paron.
Now, this is what, Brandon, specifically? I see the person in the center.
It says Virginia right across the top. The guy in the middle's got 2 swords, and he's driving them through another guy that's
Were
on the
you
ground.
familiar with this button, or did you have to ask
No,
an
I
expert?
called. He
Look at that. Oh, look at it right there. In that angle, it is popping on mine.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was... I don't find Civil
You know,
War stuff
that's
difficult,
okay,
or
but
anything
this one's a
Greek.
really
Let me
good
see,
one.
King
The
George.
World War I button.
Oh, Gen
And a
service.
switch key, railroad
I
switch
love-
key, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice Gen service there. And this is probably a railroad key.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times they'll have writing on it. I can't flip it with one hand.
Yeah, V-nickel.
There we go. Oh, there we go.
V-nickel.
You son of a gun. Well, Brad, he found a V-nickel, even though he just joined Team
No, hey,
Quarter.
no.
I can't get back credit because last week I found a seated quarter. Awesome job. Like I said, Doug, our team just went from Team 0 to Team Hero.
So we ahead now, ain't
We recorded
I
2
got a
more.
big circle.
Is it a $50? Oh, it's a range guide. It's a good find, but it doesn't score any points.
No points for that?
You get range guides up in Vermont, don't you?
heck
Yeah, absolutely.
Silver spoons count?
Did you get to see
Oh, you got that here?
That's not silver. Get out of here.
Hey, I'm on your team.
Yeah, he's on our team,
Oh,
Doug.
you are? Yeah, it's silver.
Yeah, it says Acme on it, but you know what? That's okay. Acme sells high-end stuff. All right, here comes
get?
Tim, who is the ringmaster. As
Look
long
at
as
all
you're
my
here.
awesome stuff.
Where are you guys finding things?
In this field. It's the machine.
You got that button here?
Yeah, that's the first thing we pulled out of this little hot spot, and then he walks over and pulls out of Virginia.
Me?
He pulls a
Surface
military button. All of us went crazy on that little area.
I tried to claim the silver spoon, but he wasn't buying it either.
When there's a website listed on the back of the spoon, I'm like, oh, no. All right, Leroy, I think Team Quarter is about to strike. I'm going to say probably a wheat penny. I'm going to dig this up and check out and see what I got. All right, well, that 45 signal is indeed a penny. It's a memorial penny. You can see Abe Lincoln on there. I normally wouldn't show it, but this is a 10-pointer. And my buddy Leroy, who was on Team Quarter, also got a small circle. Is that a memorial or a wheat?
It is a memorial.
All right, well, hey, that's 20 points.
There you go.
Now, Doug did just call me, Leroy, and said he has a shield nickel.
Oh, nice.
Now, he is way back there under that sprinkler. But a shield nickel is a potential like 45 pointer.
Nice. That'll be nice.
So he's walking over. We're going to catch that. Now we are starting to tighten up the game a little bit.
Yeah.
And we're going to work up towards that old house. And the closer we get, the more activity there should be. So maybe we'll get lucky and start labbing some buttons. All right, I went back to my car to get my towel and my water and my finds case. I was so unprepared. And I saw this huddle and they said, get over here, we found something good. Now I see 3 Team Green Mountain people and 1 Team Quarter people. So the odds are not in our favor. And I see Karin fishing through something with a toothbrush. Let me take a look. Oh, it's a butt. Oh, and there's an image on it.
US.
Oh, really? Is that what it says, US?
Yes.
And that's beautiful. 2-piece one. Man, that's a 40 pointer for sure. Do you see the US, Brad?
I do.
Brandon got a really good one. And Doug said he's got a 2-piece one with an image. Who knows? His could say US. It could say Colgate toothpaste. You don't know. It's a mystery. But congratulations, another 20 points and a real winner. Well done, Karin. No, 20. 10 points for a button, 10 points for image.
You said 40 points.
I was mistaken. I'll refer to the official rule book, but I think it was 20 for a button. 10 for a button, 10 for an additional image on the button, 20 total.
And another 10 for military.
Well, I didn't add that, but I should have.
Yeah.
I should have. All right, I feel pretty confident about this one, Leroy, that I think I'm going to come out of this with a coin or... Brad just said token. I forgot there are tokens. Look at that crispy 52. And hear how it just stops, Leroy?
Yeah, I heard that.
That's the lack of attenuation I was telling you about. So I don't think it's going to be anything misshapen or it would attenuate. You know, this is a natural hunt. I'm going to assume this is a quarter, but I forgot they did seed a few. Could you hold that, Rich? They did seed a few tokens that could be redeemed for prizes. So it could be a token. Can you swing over that, Rich? I'm one-handed at the moment. Still down there? Let me see. Oh, I'm right on it. I'm right on it. I'm going to use the old bare hand method. I don't think it'd be that high, but maybe a quarter. There it is. Oh, it's a silver quarter.
Come on.
Did I not call it?
2023 quarter.
It's going to be a silver quarter. No way. That's a clad. All right, it's an eagle back. It's going to be a Washington. 19. I think it's 59.
Nice.
I think it's 59. I'm going to spray it and come right back. I think it's a 1959 Washington. But come on, Brad, give a guy some credit. Did I or did I not call silver quarter? Leroy?
You did, yeah.
How many points?
That would be 25 for the silver, 10 for the coin, 35 points. If Doug does indeed have a shield nickel, we may have pulled into the lead. Let me spray it down. All right, there is my quarter. It is indeed silver, Rich. I was right about that. I totally blew the date, though. I said 59. It's actually 62. And I love the black toning band. You see it, Leroy?
Yep.
Just that little band, which the toning like that is always like in the weirdest configuration. Sometimes it's a whole coin. Sometimes it's blotchy. I didn't even look for a mint mark yet. There is one, Rich.
I see it. I can't tell what it is.
I don't know what it is either.
Looks like a D, maybe.
Is it a D? All right. Well, maybe. I don't know how far Denver is from where we are. I'm not even really sure where we are. But awesome job. And like I said, this is a 35 pointer for Team Quarter. All right, I finally caught up with Dog Tag Doug.
Yeah, they leave me all by myself.
Well, we were racing to the house, and it turns out maybe we should have stayed behind. You know, the grass is always greener, Doug.
Yep.
Karen's been kicking butt with the little buttons.
All right, here's a couple buttons.
All right, here
One
is Doug's button.
with a shank, smushed shank. Anything on the front?
I don't see anything on the front, but it's definitely, oh, it's nice, Doug. It's a
old.
good size, too.
Yeah,
That must have
it's old.
sounded nice.
Yes, it came up on the legend about 42.
Well, that's a
43.
10-pointer. We need all the points we can get.
All right. And this one.
This is not a button. I can't give you.
Sure it is.
No, it's not a button, Doug. I can't give you. As much as I want to take the points, What, Karen? I mean, maybe it was like they held down a circus tent. But
Or on the uniform of a circus clown. Yeah, okay. Isn't there something on there?
There might be, but it's not a button.
How do you know?
Because I know what buttons look like. I mean, if you showed me an orange, I'd say it's not a banana. I mean, I just know because I've lived life. So we'll get it.
Well, this definitely is a shield.
All right, that's
put
what
it in there.
we
I'll
need.
let somebody that knows buttons.
All right, we can try to talk someone else in the same button.
That's mine.
Nice.
She got a US button. So she got not only 20 points, but the find of the day.
You're on our
right
team,
there. Look
right?
at that. No.
Oh my goodness.
Because she's from Vermont. I thought
Oh,
it would
that's
only be
right.
fitting if she was on Team Vermont.
Okay.
All right, let me see.
It has to be a shield. We didn't see anything. Amanda was with me, and she said, "Oh, that's a 2." I said, "It's not a 2." So it had to be a 5. And I saw the stars on it.
Well, we're going to try to have to get a date too, because we could lose points. If we don't know the date, we would only get credited for the last possible year.
Okay.
But if there's a date, we could get 20 extra points for. We might need them. Doug
Oh,
did find that really cool animal antler too.
I'll give it to you when we. Yeah.
Will you do anything with that antler, Doug? Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah. All right. Well, good job, Doug. Definitely. Oh, I think I do see a shield coming in. Give it a good cleaning later, and we'll take a look. But awesome.
All right.
Well done. Way to represent Team Quarter.
Yes, sir.
All right, Team Quarter's making a comeback. Doug, in my hand is a button.
Yeah.
And at the exact same time, Doug said he thinks he has a button.
I think.
So we're going to take a look.
It actually looks more.
I'll show you mine first because there's no
mine's
doubt about
bigger.
it.
Oh wow.
That's a button.
Look at that. That's a heck of a shank.
Thank you. Now, Doug's.
Mine
wasn't-
makes yours look like a bum in the park.
Yeah, but you're. Oh, hold this, Doug, please, for a second. Oh, I see what you mean. You weren't sure if it's a button.
Yeah,
I think it's got to be a button.
it's got to be a button,
I can't imagine it.
but you can't really see.
No, it's
any
weird.
Trace of a
It's
shank.
fat on this side where it's like been. What do you think, Karen?
I think it's a button.
Do you see anything that
wow.
looks like it had a?
Doug, I was almost wondering, like, could it have been a coin because it feels thick?
It sure does.
But I don't see anything, and I left the Perron in the car.
Do you see any writing on that?
No, I just see scratches from being hit by the plow for.
Wow.
Well, you're going to get a 10 point for a button.
Okay.
I'm going to get at least a 10. I got to look at mine to see if there's anything on the front, which would give us a bonus. So we got at least 20 points there, which gets us a little closer because Karen's been like a button magnet. All right, I might have a good one here. They were spread out a little bit. I came over to this little pocket, and I'm seeing some pottery on the ground. It is all over, but it just gives me hope. I just hit this. And here I'll just stops. That's usually going to have a nice tight edge, probably too low in the 30s for a coin, but could be a button. All right, I just pulled that 33 out of the ground. It flung up. I got the pinpointer. I'm fishing around, and I got this. I saw it instantly. It was a 2-piece button. And when I picked it up and I rubbed the first side, I saw, and it's faint. Well, I can't see it now. There's an eagle. There's an eagle on there. Let me see if I can brush it a little bit with my fingers. There it is, right there. Look at that. Now, this is not general service. This might have some sort of a marking in the middle, like an I or an A. It's an I. It's an infantry button. Leroy, look at this. Look at this I just pulled.
Yeah, I
2-piece
see.
button.
Yep.
2-piece buttons always have an image on the front.
Right.
Always. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
With, in the middle, an I for infantry. Definitely
awesome.
military related.
That is awesome.
Holy cow. Not only a 20-pointer, but my find of the day.
Absolutely.
I'm going to get my toothbrush and clean it up. That is a monster. Let me make this thing look pretty, Leroy.
All right.
All right, I cleaned up my button, and I admit I screamed like a little girl in the field. So Amanda came running over thinking I found a $20 gold eagle. But this is what I found.
A beauty.
And it is a Civil War era infantry eagle button. You can see the eye right in the middle. It's a little bit faint. And from the basic design, I can tell it's 1860s, maybe 1870s. and it's too dirty for me to tell if the letters are raised or pressed. But either way, 1860s or 1870s military-related infantry button, come on, that is a monster. Karin's button might be older and rare, but I'm super stoked to have something awesome. All right, it's about 2:30, got a few hours to go. Rich and Brad are in the adjacent field. The rest of us are over here, although Leroy has to leave soon. Doug and I each finding 3 buttons in that last 2-minute stretch, although Karin did find 1 too. And I wish I was keeping track as we go. But at the end of the day, we'll lay everything all out. I think it's going to be close on the small circle challenge. Let's see where we end up. Doug, Team Green Mountain just got another button. I think we're down by like 40 points now.
They're killing us.
Oh, these Green Mountains.
Are you
Let me see.
kidding me?
It's one of
Well, we actually haven't seen one like it. It looks like it's a rose or something on the front.
That could have been military, a brigade emblem.
I see an anchor. You see a rose?
Oh, well, even better.
I thought I saw an anchor in the middle. Can you hit me with your light, Rich? Hit me with your best light. Come on.
I had the seal song stuck in my head.
Did you? I had the Little Mermaid song. I'm glad to get that out. It's definitely an image, so it's a 20-pointer. Now, I was thinking, like, you know, Team Green Mountain has like 50 years younger than us. We should have got some sort of weight.
Yeah. Like
That's awesome,
handicap
Rich.
parking or
You got to brush it later, but for the contest, it's a 20-pointer. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Was it a crappy signal you might not have normally dug? That's what I'm saying. All my buttons were signals I might not normally dig, so this is the anomaly button field. All right, Doug, I was up in the other field and I heard Rich and Brad hoot out loud.
Yeah.
And I walked up and I said, is it good? And this is the voice they used. It's a good amount of points. I think we might be in trouble.
Hey, what size boot do you wear?
A 12.
Because I think it was in a size 12 boot print.
Well, you know what? KG wears a 12 too. KG.
Look how shallow it was.
Did you even dig a hole?
Barely.
All right, let me see it. Is it in your hand? I'm going to close my eyes.
Okay, here you go.
My eyes are closed at the moment. All right, you ready, Doug? I'm going to do a reveal.
okay.
1, 2, 3. Ready?
Yep.
Son of a gun. It looks like it's a
yeah,
mercury
yeah.
dime. 35 points.
And look how shallow.
We are in trouble. I know.
How many people have swung over?
You know, when I hooted for the infantry button and 100 people came over,
Yeah.
no, they're all still here. I was going to say all left, but they're just behind us.
Thank you.
So congratulations, man. 35 points.
Nice work.
We're going to have a respectable countdown total at the end. Karin, again, representing Vermont, just yelled out Barber Dime. Now, a Barber Dime is one of those tricky ones for the points because it's an automatic 35 points, 25 for silver, 10 for a coin. But you get 1 point for every year beyond 1900. So you might not get any year points.
It's got a.
It does. It looks like it was in a fire.
It's got a date, but I can't.
Let me see. Your date, you probably brought the guy with the worst eyes. Even with my glasses on. These are just for show. They don't do anything.
I think it's 94.
1894, you got 6 extra points. So Karin, 25 for the silver, 10 for the coin, that's 35. 6 more, 41 point fine there for Team Green Mountain. Unbelievable.
Awesome.
I heard you and Brad yelling, and Brad got something good. I'm going to do another. I'm not going to look, Doug, and we're going to look at it together. He says it's really good.
You can look right at it.
And I can?
Yep.
Is that a cut piece of Riel?
Sure,
Keep
it's
looking at
cut.
it.
Look at it.
What was that little tiny number that must have come up? Oh, is it a cut Barber dime?
Yeah.
Or a seated dime, I
You see
guess.
the O on the back.
It took a little bit off, too much
Hold
off
on,
the top.
hold on. Let me see.
That's a barber joke.
Oh, I see an O there. I see a
It could
little
be a
tiny
seed.
O.
Is that the mint mark?
No, an O like for 1 dime.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so, wow, that is, I've never seen one. This was cut like plow cut, like not.
No, that's too.
You
that's,
think that was like,
yes.
even when this came out, I mean, a penny's worth of silver? Like, you think they would do that? I've never heard of such a thing.
It could be a seeded.
I mean, it is cut very cleanly, so you think it was cut for
if it's a barber
change or whatever, money purposes.
And Brad brought up the good point that it was the sharecroppers, so
that's true. They were not known for having money.
Cents.
Yeah, they would. They want every penny.
Yep.
I would tell if it's a barber or seeded.
There have been like 3 other barbers found.
You got that torch?
Rich has it. We like to call it by its proper name, Brad. The Paron.
The Paron.
Because we get so much in residuals.
Now, seeded would make more sense because that's earlier.
No, seeded.
It is a seeded?
I think so.
Awesome.
I think that's the flag. Wait.
It sure looks like it.
If this was here, right? Yes. Cut seeded dime.
That must have been the scratchiest, squeakiest little signal.
It sounded beautiful on that XP Deus.
Wait,
edit that out.
Wait. I'm sorry. What's the name of the machine? I never heard of it.
It's the XP Deus 2 fast multi-frequency technology.
How deep was it?
That's amazing. I've never seen a cut.
It was actually maybe 4 inches.
Oh,
I forgot to turn this. Everybody's going to say I planted it.
No, come on. Look at with all that blackness and stuff on there.
Yeah.
They'll
If it was
scour
a real,
eBay
maybe,
themselves, and when they don't see it, then you're off the hook. That's amazing, man. I've never seen a cut American silver dime.
So here's the big question. If it's round...
maybe it doesn't count because it's not round. Doug?
The triangles don't count.
So 0 points? 0 points for the cut?
You know what? We'll give them 5 for...
You realize, too, whether you win or lose, you don't get anything.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's amazing, man. Congratulations. Would that be your best find of the day, would you say?
I think so, just because it's so unique.
You're very unique, absolutely. I've never seen U.S. cut like that.
No.
No, congratulations. Well
assuming
done.
It's cut. We're going to say it is, because it's cool.
Oh, yeah, but I dropped it also, so. Well, that's pretty awesome, man. Let's see, Doug, do you know what that means? There's 7 more pieces around. All right, we are calling quits to the challenge. We are going to dig for a little bit, but we want to call quits while the sun's still out. Team Green Mountain versus Team Quarter, and in fairness to us, Doug, half our team left. Karin and Rich found the majority of the stuff. So this is Team Quarter Hoarder, and we did put in a couple of other interesting things. I have up there a washer that could be a token, so I'm going to say 10 for now. If I'm wrong, I'll minus it. Underwear button.
I don't think that is going to matter.
Underwear button, regular button. The infantry eye button, my favorite find of the day, that's a 20-pointer.
Full shank, too.
Full shank. A nice button from Doug. Button. This we're going to call button because I feel bad, but I think it's a drawer pull. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Down here are just modern, maybe a wheat penny. 5 of them. That's 130 if my math is correct. The silver quarter, which is 25 points for silver and then 10 for the quarter, which is 35. That puts us up to 100 and what is it? 165. And then Doug's nickel, which is confirmed V nickel with no date. I have to give the latest date, 1912, so only 10 points. Your V nickel's worth just as much as the memorial penny. So
I feel so much better. Thank you.
175 for Team Quarter. This is the wrap up for the small circle challenge for Team Green Mountain. They did get some really cool relics too that we're throwing in. But for the circles, pennies, I think there's 3 of them. There's a barber dime, which is worth like 40 some points. A bunch of buttons there. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 105 for the silver, 10 more, 115. And the date got 6, 121 just for Karen's section.
Wow. She smoked us alone.
The middle is Rich's. He looks like he's got a button with some sort of design, which is a 20-pointer. He's got 2 Indians, one of which is a fatty, which on its own is like 45 points. His other Indian was 1890 something, 20 points for that. So I think we've already lost Doug. To add insult to injury, Brad, he's got a button. These might be pennies, I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter because he got a silver mercury dime, which is a 35-pointer, and the first ever cut seeded dime, just a small O, but even that, you got to give him the credit for the last seeded 1890s, silver, the whole deal. That's like a 40-some pointer. Yeah. So we got annihilated, but we had a good time doing it. Well, we lost this one, Doug, but you know what they say. It was an honor just being nominated.
Yeah, right.
But what that means, Doug, is that we should move to the Green Mountains of Vermont because they know how to treasure hunt up there, and they really blew us away.
Yes.
But we had a fun time. Brad, I always love you like a brother. Rich, I gave up my best guy, but he did awesome. Karen, who always kills it, and me and Doug, you know, you were just kind of here for the ride.
Yeah.
But it was an awesome day hunting. Digstock day 1. We're coming back tomorrow. We're going to do it all again, see what we can find. So thanks for watching, everybody. Happy hunting, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.